Well, hello there, fellow Star Wars fans. When Trevor approached me with the idea of a new section for the Star Wars archives, where he hand-picks pieces for people to read as bedtime stories, I said, sure, that sounds weird enough to work. Of course, I have to be the guinea pig of this experiment, and well, here we are. I got my fire going, I have a glass of scotch, and an envelope here that Trevor sent me, so let's open it up and see what's inside. Alright, so this particular poem is from The Essential Guide to Warfare, co-authored by Jason Fry and Paul Urquhart, published in 2012, and it is called Dha Werna Verda. Are you sitting comfortably? Then let's begin. And so upon his pyre burned the doom of Ulmara, and the warrior band stood as ragged as bandits in zigzag lines of mourning. With the dawn, the flat-faced Zell would come, cackling and howling, oozing mirth and tricks, and find the shade of the doom departed and the tongues unprotected. And so with the dawn would our woe be revealed. Our once bright armaments would become stacked grave goods, trophies for Zell children. Our flesh would become smoke given to uncaring gods, and the sky would forget our names. With death upon him, Rexutu the Unconquerable prepared to be stripped of all by his enemy, but vowed that his honor would be the last to be torn away. And so the Unconquerable gathered his kinsmen and his oath-girdlings alike. They polished their fearsome helms, that they might flash even in the weak sun of Notron. They re-wrapped the hilts of their weapons and pounded straight the shafts, that they might slake their thirst in Zell Ichor a final time. Assembled they ascended, in taut tongue lines, to the high place where the Reaver had staked his standard before it was cast down into the mire. They gazed out over the gathering places and walking ways of great Zell, where they scaled peak and cradled valley, the line of lights ordering the night. They unfurled the town banner, reversed, a reckless thing, snapping in the dark, awaiting Zell eyes. And they performed ceremonies of leave-taking, for now they had died the world and must be remade amongst the stars. When the dawn came, the Zell awakened and saw the tongues upon the high place where they were afraid. For the morning light caught the glint of helms and weapons and created phantom warriors, made of dazzle and distance. But the cleverest of them were not deceived, and saw how few we were. And so they assembled without haste, merry in mockery, and prepared to march. And in the high place we awaited death. But then came a shaking of the ground, and the sun's wan light was eclipsed by a bright and terrible fire that exploded from the rock. The patterns of great Zell shivered and broke, and after this came darkness, as the very air turned to black ash. The Zell fell on their faces in terror, and from the high place we ran in haste to meet them, and we were cloaked in shadow. The Maker had come to unmake, and the tongues would be his instruments. Well, I don't know what to say about this, other than, I guess, the high ground is still a thing, or was a thing before the prequel movies.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Or the high place in this case. Well, thank you, Trevor, for sending this to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this first instance of Star Wars Archives bedtime stories, and let us know what you think. See you later.